The in-season tournament championship game crowned the Los Angeles Lakers as the first NBA Cup champion with a victory over the Indiana Pacers 123 to 109 on the back of Anthony Davis's 41 points and 21 rebounds. But can we talk about why LeBron James was crowned MVP?
Need to understand this. Well, I guess if we're thinking about most valuable player, it has to maybe extend beyond the championship game. And I guess if we're thinking about how he performed through the in-season tournament, maybe that was the reason why he overall won the most valuable player award. But I wonder why Anthony Davis wasn't the one that was crowned. Interesting. It's interesting.
Yes. In my opinion, Anthony Davis was robbed two MVPs. If we date
Mhm,
back to the 2020 NBA Finals, and
mhm.
I think last night he was also robbed of an MVP trophy. Now, LeBron James has said there's no jealousy between them. How does that even come up in conversation if there's really no jealousy? Like, what is he feeling a little insecure about winning the MVP champion? It's like,
Or is he trying to be proactive in that statement so nobody can come back and say it later? Maybe that's what it was. But yeah, it's just, you know what, though, at the end of the day, if I think about what the league needed, it made sense in the marketing of the league, the marketing of the in-season tournament, that the chosen one was the one crowned MVP. It just the stars aligned. It just aligned, and I called it a couple of discussions ago that he was going to come home. He was going to be the one, LeBron James being he, was going to win the most valuable player award. Can you think about the marketing the team could do? Can you think about his retirement journey that will eventually happen? Kind of felt like it's happening right now where the high praise of LeBron James, we will not forget about LeBron James, people. We're not going to forget about that magnificent talent that he has. We're not going to forget about it. But he wasn't the only one that played last night.
yeah, I have to agree with you on that. It felt like a lot of glazing for LeBron James. I was like, oh my God, every sentence that came out of Doc Rivers' mouth, Doris Burke, Mike Breen, oh my God, 39 in 2 weeks. It was a little much. But okay, so what I found very interesting is the stats from the championship game do not count towards the regular season. So Anthony Davis is 41 points and 21 rebounds. It does not affect his averages at all. And then also the win doesn't count in the standings. So that just really made me feel like, well, what was the point of this? Should we even consider this moving forward? Even Anthony Davis said, well, we know this isn't the real thing. And the Lakers have said they will not hang this championship banner because this is not number 18. So I'm like, well, what is this?
Oh, I can support the fact that it's not number 18. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
yeah.
I don't think it's number 18. No, no, no. This is new. This was the inaugural season. If not, I think maybe they should just have a special place for it in maybe the hallway of the Lakers offices. But no, 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 no. No, the big championship, the one where you really have to compete. I wouldn't say really have to compete, but this is just new to the league. Maybe after 5 years, the teams may consider it a little bit different. Maybe they will hang it if it looks different. But right now, I would agree. I don't think it is the 18th banner, their 18th overall NBA championship win. No, it's the in-season tournament. It's new. And yeah, let's go ahead and put the trophy in a special case in the hallway of the offices. And I think it'll be okay for right now.
I thought the environment that they played in, being Las Vegas, was a little underwhelming, a little awkward, a little anticlimactic to all of the games that we witnessed leading up to this championship game. The crowd was dead. It didn't give me any energy. It wasn't. I think they need to play in their home arenas. They have to.
Yeah, I think one thing they can add to the in-season tournament should be in front of somebody's home crowd. I do agree with that, and perhaps it can be based off the point differential. So if you have the highest point differential, then you would host the game, right? That kind of makes sense
Hmm.
because that dark number one, it was dark, and it gave me bubble feel, and I didn't like that. Because at first, when I watched the semifinals, I said, "Is anybody in the crowd? Where the people at?" What?
Hmm.
And then I said, "Oh, there are people there. Are they statues? Like I can't. Are they the cardboard? You know, because in the bubble they had the cardboards,
Yeah, yeah.
had the cardboard cutouts. Are they the cardboard cutouts? What is going on? I didn't like it. It was dark. They could most definitely improve on the semifinals and finals games. The atmosphere, the environment, the hype that was missing from me, and it actually brought down not really in the semifinals, but in the finals, it kind of brought the energy down for me, and I didn't like that.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so the Indiana Pacers never really got into their number one offense, but that's what happens when there's a lack of defensive presence. I mean, the Lakers just exploited Miles Turner, whatever defensive schemes Coach Rick Carlisle had in mind, it was a joke.
Yep.
You know, the way they just waltzed into the paint, it was ridiculous.
You know, Neesmith did his best, but it wasn't good enough. I'm sorry.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
LeBron James ran all over him. Just
Yeah.
like, you know what though? Great that it happened now because I think the Pacers have a lot to build on from this experience. And if they don't learn anything else, I will hope by February they have improved in defensive presence. That's what I'm hoping. Because if I don't see any improvement in defensive presence, then this run through the in-season tournament, this exposure that they've had, where their offense is phenomenal, but their defense is questionable. If we don't see a change in how they defend come February, and I'm just random month at this point, right? Then I'm gonna say, well, what y'all ain't watching film? Because
Uh-huh.
it was a demolition. Just,
It really was, and then they had nerve to double team Halliburton. He couldn't get off. He had a very subpar
yeah,
game.
sure
According
did.
to his standards, he had 3 turnovers, which isn't a lot, but to his standards, I
Yeah.
mean, for a guy that usually has 0 or
Mm-hmm.
maybe 1,
Mm-hmm.
3 was a lot. And they fought an uphill battle the entire game.
Yep.
I just don't. It just seemed like big brothers playing against little brothers. I mean, the Lakers were lengthy. They
Mm-hmm.
seemed to be quicker, more energetic, and
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Davis had his way.
Mm-hmm.
He
Sure
just
did.
had his way in the
He
paint. It
sure
was
did.
crazy.
You know, and what's really sad about it is that now teams have the blueprint on how to beat the Pacers. So if they don't come out with something different the next time, the next few games that they play, we may see them slip in the standings, and I really don't want that for them. I really don't.
Mhm.
But then
Yeah.
again, maybe this was a big stage for the Pacers. I am glad that it happened because they do have some tools and tips they can go back to the lab with and come back different, right? Still to maintain and compete at a high level as they've been doing before and maintain a nice positioning in the standings, but immediate changes on defense needs to happen immediately. And it's just an opportunity for them to get ready for whatever playoff run they get because it's not going to be any different. This was like a preview to what the playoffs could be. So now they have that. And so they can hopefully come up with some schemes and some defensive presence and an identity that can really help them move past when their offense is not popping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Hmm.
But one of the bright spots off the bench, I think, was TJ McConnell. I mean, he
Oh my
came
gosh.
in,
Yes.
yeah. I was like, come on, TJ, give it to him.
Yes.
He gave them a nice little boost off the bench.
Hmm.
Didn't shoot the ball well, but it was his defensive presence that
Yeah.
helped them because at that point they had nothing going for them at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. He showed up in the semifinals against Boston. I said, "Oh no, that's
Hmm.
not. He nice. He nice." And so I'm glad they brought him back, gave him a little bit more, give him a little more play time in the finals. But yeah, no, they just need to build on that because yeah, it was really nice to see him on the floor. He was really a nice added presence for the Pacers, and they needed that. But yeah, Miles Turner, Neesmith, I was just like, yeah, and Halliburton wasn't hitting. I was like, "Oh my gosh,
Hmm.
wow, 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 wow." But they did compete. So it wasn't like initially when like uh, quarters 1, 2, it wasn't like they weren't giving them something because I mean the score was like the Lakers were still up, but we're talking about what maybe max 5 points at one point, 3
Right.
points. It was really close. But then of course the Lakers broke away when we got down to the end of the third and the fourth quarter. So
Yeah, a couple episodes ago, I asked you, I said, well, how do you like Bruce Brown on the Pacers? I tell you one thing, he doesn't look like the same Bruce Brown from the Denver Nuggets, especially in big moments. Now, Bruce Brown and D'Angelo Russell had a little mix up towards the beginning of the game, and I can't believe Bruce Brown allowed D'Lo to get into his head, completely took him out of his game. Bruce
Mhm.
Brown was ineffective for the remainder of the game and found himself sitting on the bench in the fourth quarter. I was like, wow,
Right.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
D'Lo backed it up, saying, "Oh, you don't have Nikola Jokic on your squad right now. So what's up? What's up? Let your game
Okay.
do the talking."
You know what? D-Lo, don't even try it. I mean, he tried it. It worked. But don't do that again. Because if 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 I can recall, without LeBron James, you would have looked like Bruce Brown. Don't even try it. Don't even try. D-Lo, really? And stop, stop. It's like the pot calling the kettle black. He got his nerve.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So
Mm-mm.
the Lakers, they go home with the $500,000 prize. And
Yeah.
Indiana Pacers, hey, 200,000 is not bad. You know,
Mhm.
someone posted on I think it was Twitter, X or whatever you want to call it. Someone posted that the Lakers, sure, they won 500,000, but once they pay federal taxes in California, state taxes, and payroll taxes, they end up with 231,000. I said, "Oh my God."
In the state of California, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Hey, but I mean, they still won, I guess.
Yeah.
Too bad it wasn't in Texas.
You know, exactly. Let me find out the Lakers end up with almost as much money as the Indiana Pacers at the end of the day.
Right.
Mhm.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, California will goop you in a heartbeat.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so in-season tournament is over. Now we get to kind of rev up for the Christmas Day games. I mean, the NBA started marketing it almost
Sure did.
immediately.
Sure did.
Yeah, so I'm
Mm,
looking forward to that. This is
yeah.
another something as a fan to get excited about.
Yeah, it's so funny because I love the graphic that they had, and it was just it's really nice, and it was a appropriate time to market it for sure because we're talking about 2 weeks, 2 weeks from now. From this
Mhm.
discussion, we're talking about Christmas Day games are going to be 2 weeks from now, so it should be pretty interesting, and I will be glued to the TV. So
Yeah, me too. All right, cool. So I guess we'll look forward to next year's in-season tournament should they continue this on. And yeah, let's
yeah,
go.
it's been real.